Ora! This week, the question on everyone's lips has to be food prices, doesn't it? So we'll take a look at the current global and New Zealand status quo. We'll take a dive into the latest food TV to hit our screens, learn about some groundbreaking new products made from underutilised seafood, and what would you say if I told you that you can now purchase a delicious range of food and drink that's been made from ingredients that usually end up in the rubbish? We're going to kick off this episode with some new tastes from the incredibly talented team at New Fish, who are fermenting New Zealand microalgae and underutilised seafood to create new and sustainable food sources that are pretty remarkable. First off the rank was this stunning Paua Saucisson. Combining New Zealand's magnificent Blackfoot Paua, you may know this as abalone, with innovative fermentation techniques and native ingredients, including free-farmed pork, kelp, and, wait for it, Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. It's kind of cool, with a complex umami-packed Paua flavour and an incredible creation with which the New Fish team hope to attract future-friendly palates. Now, I might add that the chefs in New Zealand are already screaming for this new wave Saucisson, and following its release, something even more intriguing, a brilliant sea green ocean mortadella, made from smoked and fermented New Zealand wakame seaweed and bull kelp with plant-based back fat and microalgae protein. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, have you? As for the taste, it's currently in the final stages of development, and it doesn't seem as yet to quite hold together as well as that saucisson, but it's an interesting fusion of fresh ocean flavours in here with a peppery kick that lingers. Now, both of these unique products have been developed by New Fish creative director and leading New Zealand chef Vaughan Mabee. The team say they're reimagining seafood and human nutrition to help replenish our oceans, and I can't wait to see what they come up with next. I'll put the link to their website in the program info below. And while you're there, how about zipping into the comments section and letting me know what you think about these intriguing new tastes of New Zealand. One of the biggest talking points around food and drink at the moment is huge global concern as inflation skyrockets and food prices continue their 2-year-long upward trajectory. In global food markets, food prices are expected to rise about 20% this year before easing in 2023, hopefully. If you want to get a quick overview of the world food situation, you can take a look at this Food and Agriculture Organisation of the United Nations Food Price Index. Now, the FFPI gives a measure of the monthly change in international prices of a basket of food commodities tracking meat, dairy, cereals, vegetable oils and sugar. As of May, world commodity prices were showing a modest decline for the second consecutive month, however still remaining 22.8% higher than in May 2021. For New Zealand, food prices increased 6.4% in the year ended April 2022. And yes, I know, all of these stats are a bit dry and boring, but with groceries being an essential purchase as well as a major expense for most households, are you rethinking the way you'll feed your families? With our 2 major supermarkets currently reaping a 90% share of our food shopping budget, this recent Commerce Commission study found them to be earning $1 million a day in excess profits and advised that the intensity of competition between our major grocery retailers doesn't benefit us as consumers. Their suggestions included improving conditions for entry and expansion, introducing a mandatory grocery code of conduct, improving consumers' ability to make informed decisions, and ongoing monitoring and enforcement of competition issues in the grocery sector. The New Zealand government has since rejected the Commission's suggested 3-year timeframe, taking urgent steps to prepare the necessary legislation to make some changes right now. As a result, Woolworths New Zealand has already started working on opening up wholesale grocery supply. And don't forget, we have one of the world's biggest retail chains, Costco, set to open its first mega store in West Auckland in August, with news that they're also looking to expand in Wellington and Christchurch, as well as adding a second Auckland store. I heard someone describe the other day Costco as the warehouse on steroids. Now, although this work on generating more competition in the supermarket sector is a fantastic step in the right direction for New Zealanders, the bigger picture is still a pretty unpredictable environment. Overlapping crises from climate change, the COVID-19 pandemic and the conflict of the Russian-Ukrainian war have brought unprecedented levels of disruption, from all-time high food and fuel prices to record rates of hunger and food insecurity impacting the world's most vulnerable. So a group of the world's leading experts are coming together at a global food security symposium on June 23 to discuss ways to create more locally led, sustainable and resilient food systems to combat this crisis. There are some phenomenal speakers, including Catherine Bertini, Executive Director of the World Food Programme. It's a virtual event. The information generated will be available to stream if you miss the live broadcast, and it's totally free. So I'll put the link to all of the info below. Now this is literally a bit of a rubbish idea, but a very special collective with a food vision guided by award-winning chef Ben Bailey, alongside spectacular brewer Mike Sutherland, multi-award-winning baker Andrew Fernside, and passionate food and resource waste expert Don Shepherd, is making an incredible effort to challenge us to rethink our perspective on food waste in New Zealand. Citizen has just released its new range of sauces made using rescued veggies. Tomato sauce, naturally sweetened with pears and honey, rescuing 3 imperfect tomatoes in every jar. Mushroom, hints of thyme and spice, and it's rescuing 14 imperfect mushrooms in every jar. And there's even an eggless mayo with a hint of mustard, made with 30 mils of upcycled chickpea water. Now, the gang at Citizen are also making craft beer from rescued unsold bread, cider from rescued Central Otago cherries, and their spiffy red spritz is made from leftover wine-making grapes. These clever buggers are rescuing food that would otherwise go to waste and upcycling it for us into delicious things to eat and drink. It's all the stuff that would normally go in the rubbish. Now, what's not to love about that? So keep an eye out for these cleverly delicious products. I'll put the link to more info about Citizen and their online purchase options below. Okay, so have you watched it yet? Food TV is heating up in Aotearoa as Masterchef New Zealand has returned to our screens after a 7-year hiatus. Showcasing new judges and a diverse array of talent in the Masterchef kitchen, it's a bit of a no-brainer that gorgeous Nadia Lim, ex-New Zealand Masterchef winner, food entrepreneur and food writer, well, Nadia's heading up the judging team. It includes renowned restaurateur Michael Dearth and award-winning chef Vaughan Mabee, both of whom have been awarded prestigious hats and multiple category wins across the years of the prestigious Cuisine Good Food Awards. It's such a great thing to see this program, it's pretty much now an iconic program, coming back on our screens and being produced with our own unique flavours of New Zealand. The diverse mix of passionate cooks that are competing deserve your support. So if you're in New Zealand, you can head over to 3 on Sundays, Mondays and Tuesdays, and also watch on 3 Now. And with the importance of sharing our New Zealand food story with the world being at an all-time high, if you haven't already, you have got to take a look at A New Zealand Food Story with award-winning chef Ben Bailey. Ben gets out of the kitchen at his groundbreaking Auckland restaurant Ahi and takes us to visit farms, orchards, waters, markets and artisan food suppliers. Along the way, he meets the growers and suppliers who are developing the New Zealand food scene into a world-class industry, and he also seeks new ideas for his incredible menu at Ahi. This is the second series of this outstanding program showcasing serious New Zealand flavour. You can watch A New Zealand Food Story on Saturdays at 4:30 p.m, on TVNZ1 with replays on Sundays at 9:30, on Duke, and it's also available on TVNZ On Demand. For the rest of the world, well, they're coming at you soon. You do need to get into it, it's absolutely magical. Right, and that's us done for this wrap of all things food and drink. It'd be terrific if you'd give this episode a like and a subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I'll meet you back here with a fresh menu in a couple of weeks.